Bridget from Crosby Molasses, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make gingerbread. It's an old-fashioned gingerbread cake. It's great for snacking, and if you'd like to serve it to guests at a dinner party, you can just make a lemon sauce or a brown sugar sauce to dress it up. So we're going to start with flour, 2 cups of flour, and remember to scoop your flour in rather than just scooping your measuring cup right in, because then you'll end up with too much flour. So just spooning it in like this gives us just the right amount of flour. So that's 2 cups of flour. And then I'm going to add 1½ teaspoons of baking soda and ½ teaspoon of salt. And because it's a gingerbread, I'm adding a teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm also adding the sugar to the dry. Now I'm going to mix it up till it's well combined. Make sure there are no lumps in the baking soda. And then this is where the method is unusual. Now this is a very old recipe, but the method calls for adding the butter directly to the dry mixture. And I'm just going to work this butter in a little bit. And once it starts to get mixed in, then I'm going to add the egg and the molasses. Once that is combined, then I will add some boiling water, and you'll see how it all comes together. So you want your butter to be soft before you start to mix it in. Now I'm going to add an egg. This egg is at room temperature. Make sure you're always using room temperature eggs. If your eggs are cold right out of the fridge, you can simply put them in a warm water bath for about 5 minutes to let them warm up, because it does make a difference with how well your eggs work in the recipe. So I've added that, and now we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of molasses. Now the original recipe actually says mix for 300 strokes or for 2 minutes with a mixer. And really it's just to start to get all of this incorporated. And it's going to end up looking like a cookie dough until we add the boiling water. But you can see how the butter is coming together now and how my arms are getting a good workout. And it smells delicious already because of the cinnamon and the ginger, but just wait until it starts cooking in the oven. All right, we are ready for our boiling water. This is freshly boiled water. We're going to add a whole cup. Now when you start to mix it, you'll need to mix gently. If you're using a power mixer, then you'll want to be extra careful so it doesn't splat all over your kitchen. But just gradually, I will start to combine this. When it's all mixed, you'll see it will be a little bit runny, but that's part of what ends up making it such a light cake. That and the fact that there's a 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda in it. Okay, we are ready. So it bakes in an 8x8 pan that has been greased and floured, or if you'd like, you can line it with parchment paper. And that's what I've done with my pan. And really, to line it with parchment paper, you just stuff it in and press it along the edges. If you want a cake that has very, very tidy edges, then you'll want to just grease and flour your pan. But really, this works well, and then when you pull the cake out of the oven, You can let it sit for just a few minutes and then lift it right out using the edges of parchment paper. So let's get the batter in, and you'll see how the batter is kind of runny, but not too runny. It has just become a lovely looking cake batter. There we go. I'll get the last of it in, and it goes in the oven at 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. I would start to check it at 45 minutes, and then you can judge if it needs another 5 or 10 minutes. So our gingerbread has baked, cooled, and is ready to eat. So I like it cut into nice, big squares. That are just right for snacking. See that texture? Nice and lofty and light and If you'd like the recipe, visit crosbys.com and search Signal Hill Gingerbread. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen.